Hello everyone and welcome back to our beaver colony. You guys were extremely enthusiastic when I asked you if you wanted more wet season montages when they happen. So here we go. Here we go. All right, the wet season's over, and what kind of drought did we get? 39 days. Okay, I mean, it is kind of in the middle. We keep getting short ones. Not complaining. Don't get me wrong. I am not complaining. All right, I guess it's time to talk business. It's business time. So, there's a lot of talk. There's a lot of talk about this aqueduct not being efficient enough because we got some overlap going on. And you're not wrong. You're not wrong. However, here's the thing. Here's two things. All right, three things. Thing number one, it's chat time with Moro time. all right. Seriously. Thing number two is I already said this. I like the wall behind the farmhouses. Like, that looks cool to me. I don't know why. I'm digging it. I like it. If I moved it back, I'd have to deal with that emotionally, and I'd rather not deal with it emotionally, because that's hard. Feelings are hard. The other more primary reason is this right here. If you look at the path, I mean, it looks like it goes really far over here, but that's only on this side. But once you turn this way, it only makes it to that corner. The problem with taking this aqueduct and moving it over at all is that we just have less room for stuff. So if we wanted a farm or something the same size as the wheat farm, we literally wouldn't be able to do it. Because every step that we move this over is more and more steps that we lose to whatever the plan is. Because right now, realistically, it's only going to be about this big. Like, as big as the roads I've drawn out. Even that is almost a little too far, because the road doesn't reach all the way over here. I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. At least not to me. So that was my main thought process. My main thought process was like, let's do it this way. We put it there, and then we shouldn't worry about paths for the most part here, and it should be okay. I'm not saying you guys have bad ideas. I'm just saying they're not always good ones. That's all. I think that's very reasonable. That was reason 3. Or 2? 3. I don't know. I lost track. Not the point. Point is, that was chat time with Mark. Alright, so the question is now, how do I make a decision? It's been a while since I had to actually plan something like this out, and it's stressful. It's stressful. I'm actually thinking I might waste a bit of water and put a water dump up here. Alright, so if we do that, we'll be able to see how much of this land... I mean, if it's like... I guess it should go to about there. Maybe a little further. Alright, well look at that. That is not bad. That reaches almost all the way. And that's not even like up high at all. That's good. Okay. I mean, I doubt we were going to build that far anyway, because the road kind of just ends over here. So, and this little grayish part is still good. So really, this is the land that we're working with here. And that's okay. That's okay. All right. First thing we really got to do is flip the staircase, because I'm not digging it. It needs to match the other one. It doesn't have to match it perfectly. Maybe it does. Maybe we'll do that, and then it'll match it exactly, and then we could work from there. All right. Now that that's built, we got. I don't know. We got to figure it out. Do we just do like a mirror? We could just mirror it, and do that. And then if we put chestnuts there, I mean, maybe that's kind of cool. Is that cool? What do we think? I mean, that looks kind of cool. It's kind of neat. I mean, this doesn't have to be mirrored. This could be like the sunflower farm can be different, but at least the farmhouses and that can be the same. I'm not against it. I'm not against it. I did put a gather over here so we could keep gathering the chestnuts. And we also need blueberries like real bad. I mean, not real bad, but we're gonna end up running out at some point. We need them for breeding. All right. Well, either way, we're gonna need a forester. So I'm gonna stick a forester there. He can at least plant these trees for now, and maybe those. I don't know. We'll see how it looks. I mean, they take a while to grow out, so that's not really reasonable. Yeah, I know there's nothing to do with range. Calm down. Calm down. We're not there yet. Even the beavers are giving me a hard time. All right. I might pause and do a little time-lapsey thing of trying to figure out what I want to do over here. So it's possible I see you on the other side. All right, well, that went a little funny, huh? Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know. What do we think? I guess is the question here. I mean, obviously the trees have to grow out, and the bushes have to grow out. I guess we can at least get rid of the ground planty thing. The workday begins. That's a drink. All right, so I don't know. I got nothing. What do we think? I don't know. Obviously, this area needs to be fixed, though. So we're probably gonna do that. But aside from that, I don't know. I mean, this is kind of where I ended up. I tried. I mean, you saw what I tried doing, and it wasn't. The mirror thing wasn't working out for me. That was the first thing. And I mean, we still need sunflowers, so I did that. But I don't know. I guess maybe I'll put sunflowers over here. I don't know if these blueberries are gonna be enough. We have blueberries on the potato farm too. So maybe those collectively will be fine. Getting up here is going to be interesting. I think they should be able to reach, though. Maybe. So long as this can plant right there. That would be nice. I guess I could move them back one step. All right. So we're going to do that. Guess we don't need that one. And I guess level some of this away. The greenery spreads to all the way over there, so this should all be plantable, I think. Well, since we got the other farm going, we can get rid of this one. And get rid of that. There we go. Okay. Alright, this is... Yeah, okay, so that's reachable. So we're gonna slowly, like, work on this a little bit, get it down. And I guess we're just gonna make another sunflower farm over here. I'm gonna stick a forester back. I'm gonna plant blueberries there. Like that. I mean, why not? It's a few more bushes, and he's right in there, so, these should be enough, hopefully. I don't know. I don't know. Kind of just winging everything at this point. Alright, we did it. Although that corner doesn't really get water right now. We'll see what happens when this is all full. It might reach all the way over there, maybe it won't. But either way, that's... Ooh, hello. Hello, sunflowers. You are very pretty looking. Who dat? Jumpin' Fun 80. Woo! It's kind of silly that they all just face the same way. I mean, I understand they're just like, you know, a video game asset, but still. Okay, we almost made it to the corner. I think it's just these last two tiles that aren't officially inside. And before you call me a nutter for putting two farmhouses here, I only put one worker in each one. Just to... I wanted the symmetry of having them, but we obviously don't need that much labor, so I don't know. Just figured I'd mention it. I think this is gonna look pretty cool once it's all grown out. Once the trees are out and the bushes are grown in, it might be a cool little area. I think it's neat overall. I mean, look at it. We got the farm here. This loops around, goes over there. We now have one single gatherer that's gonna gather like from all of this stuff, except for that one corner. Can't reach the corner, but shh, don't tell anyone. They'll still feel a little incomplete here. Maybe we'll close it off with a fence. I mean, the road and back almost isn't necessary, but I don't know. Do we put some benches there? Maybe we put some benches. Yeah, it's not really doing anything for me. Screw it. We're just doing more fences. Just fence it off. There we go. There we go. Now there's no rodents that can get in here. I think it's time for some cleanup. I think that's mostly done. So let's, we're gonna do this. Let me get rid of that little stumpy thing. I guess we should get rid of this. I don't really know. I never decided what I was gonna do with it. At the very least, we gotta do that part. Maybe this square will be something else. I don't know. Alright, one thing I did actually want to mention is that we are all full up on water. All our tanks are full. They're all full and we still have water left over. That's really bad. See? It's got nowhere to go. Mostly because we destroyed so many tanks. I'm not gonna jump to, like, you know, building out emergency tanks right away. But we do need to do that. And maybe that's what we do over here. We could do like a platform tank thing. We don't really have... I'm not sure how much metal we're up to. Oh, man. We don't even have a grand. So, we can't do that. I missed one. There we go. There we go. Okay. This is all clean. All nice. Maybe we'll put some tanks over here for now. Temporary tanks. That's a drink. You can actually just put some more over here, too. I know it's kind of stupid, but I'd like to get water stored up while we can, even if it's just inside temporary tanks. And I believe we can do... Where is it? Large water tank. Okay, so we can use this big menu to go down the list and find... Why is... Weird. Oh, that's interesting. All the old tanks have the prioritize button still. The new tanks don't. That's funny. All right, either way, look, we can just click through. Desired none on all of them. Oh my god, this saves so much clicking. Yes. Yes. Please. Oh my god. Love it. I'll love it. Do we really build this many tanks? That seems like too many. Where even is this one? Oh, that's down there. Well, that's just confusing. But okay, whatever. Oh, and these are being built. Okay. There we go. And wait, there's more. Where was that? Oh, that's one of them. Why were there so many that weren't desired none? I'm so confused. Oh, maybe these ones are all the ones that were in there, and they're not connected to anything, so maybe that's why they didn't have the priority button. Never mind. Never mind. I'm smart. These are going to be filled so fast because all of these pumps are desperate to get rid of the water. All right, we're going to delete that guy because this is full. So it looks like it doesn't make a difference, the height, or maybe it did already expand. I don't really know. But that bad boy is full. We are topped off. So there's never going to be sunflowers right in this corner. I won't tell anyone if you don't. Workday begins. I have a thing. So I was just looking at our numbers here, and we have plenty of cattail roots and cattail flower because it does grow faster. So I'm going to get rid of a row of each. Do I have to? I guess I got to demolish it. Okay. If builders can reach there, which would be nice. So I'm going to put spatter dock there. And I think what happened, what did I just do over there? Did I do that? What did I do? What? Oh, that must have happened when I removed the trees over here. That's my bad. Alright, hopefully the builders can reach that too. And we're going to plant spatter dock. Just trying to balance this out is my point. I want to have enough of both because we're currently lacking spatter dock. That might be because I deleted a whole thing over here of it. Alright, there we go. So we swapped 2 rows out. Basically, this one and that one are now spatter dock instead of cattails, and we'll have to keep an eye on it. We'll have to keep an eye on whether or not that was a good idea. All right, one of the last things I want to do is I want to get started on doing this because we've been talking about doing it for like ages, and I haven't, so I'm going to. It was a good story, right? I want to blow this down twice, maybe, because I did ask a bunch of episodes before the whole stacking modular thing happened. I did ask you guys if you wanted what you thought about this area being elevated or not. Like, should I blow it all the way down or leave it elevated a bit to put, I don't know, something there? Because we were gonna do like a little forest reserve campsite something. I don't really know. I don't know what we were planning to do, but maybe that's what we're gonna do. Maybe I'm gonna leave this little thing because I do need a place for an observatory, but the observatory takes power, right? Yes, so I would have to funnel power towards it somehow. And up here would be a horribly annoying pain in the ass. So maybe we aren't going to do that. Either way, I'm going to blow this down. Ooh. That was nice. And do we go again? I don't know. I don't know. I'm undecided. Still, believe it or not. Oh, hey, our second field of sunflowers is in. Ooh, that does look pretty. I think this area came out pretty well overall. There's utility, there's practicality, there's funability. It's got a little bit of everything. So one other project that I've kind of held off on doing for no particular reason other than, like, we talked about it in Discord a bunch about its usefulness, and it maybe be useful in a lot of situations. I just don't think it's super useful in this situation, but I figured I'd just do it and show you guys. Mostly because it's not going to hurt anything. It'll just cost some wood. It's not a big deal. So that project basically just concerns mostly this area because we have these other aqueducts, right? And this middle one is just a transfer point to get water from here over to this big bad boy over here. And the way we accomplish that is by just raising the middle up, right? So like the middle is 3 high, the wall, whatever. This basically we made a ditch. We made a ditch so the water goes over there. So if the water is below 3 levels, then there's never going to be water here. So there's no evaporative waste to that, right? But if you go even slightly above that, then it becomes kind of an issue. And the primary issue with that is that we actually need 3 levels in these aqueducts. If we're below 3 levels, then the aqueducts aren't going to last 60 days. So there's a couple of ways to deal with this. We could just raise this middle one up and the rest of them by 1 level, right? And then everything will be 5. We make the inside of this 4, and so these will fill up past 3, and it's not a problem. It's always topped off, and it's not an issue. The other way is a little sneaky. So the way that dams work is that dams, well, we had some discussions and disagreements about how dams work. So basically, we were under the impression of, well, there was no impression, but basically it was a matter of like, the dams hold water or do they not? Because it was possible, it's possible that the dams just kind of like teleport water across them. Like if the water touches it on one side, then it exits the other side, right? I did some testing and I figured out that it doesn't do that. The dams hold water, they just hold less of it, and at a higher height. So they're basically like almost like a half tile. If you really think about it that way, they're basically a half tile. So, you see what I'm doing here? I'm filling this whole thing in, right? And what that's going to do is water is only ever going to transfer from this area to the back when it's above like 0.6 or so. So what does that mean? Well, that means this area needs to fill up higher in order to transfer water over there. Whatever, not a big deal, right? Like we can do that. But what that really means is that this can be full to past level 3 without water going back towards the channel this way. Because we're giving it like a buffer of like 2.5 planks or so. Because the dam, I think, is like, the actual height of the dam is like 0.6, I think. So the water can fill in here, and it gives you a bit of a window to have a little extra without it being inside the transfer channel. Huh? That's pretty good, right? Plus, as a minor side effect, this whole thing kind of looks cooler. Because it's no longer just like a ditch. It's like a fully built out structure, which is pretty neat. And this one's a little risky. This one's a little risky. Doing this one's easy, right? But if we do the same thing on this side, then that means we no longer have to wait for the water to fill up over here in order to get to the back. Because if it goes all the way to the end over here, then this whole channel will be at the same level. Now, the main downside to that is that there's a chance that the higher level of water is going to cause a ton of flooding over here during the wet season. But we won't really be able to find that out until that happens. So, once this thing is done and we can place new paths and stuff, I'm going to fill it in over here, and we're just going to wing it. We're going to wing it and see what happens. All right, so what do you guys think? At the very least, you got to admit, it looks way cooler now. I don't know. I mean, it'll be more functional maybe if it works. So basically, plus look, we got a statue over here. We got a beaver statue. So basically, we got a little crisscross here, right? And the water's going to come in. It's all going to be the same level until it gets here, and then it's going to dump it off over in this way, but also continue carrying it on, kind of like it did before. This floodgate still keeps it from going in there until we want it. So I don't know. I mean, basically the idea and purpose of this is to keep the water from being inside the transfer channel. Whether it works or not the way that I want it to, I don't know. At the very least, or at the very worst, it'll just work exactly like it did before, but look better. The only downside is that there might be flooding over here. But I think we can test that out. If I just drop this like a whole level and see what happens, maybe it'll be fine. I'm going to dump like a bunch of water at the beginning. Also, I didn't really say this earlier, but I made a little hole here. Or I guess I should say I left a little hole there. I figure if the water has a hole to drop into, it'll create less like crazy wave mechanics. Or I'm completely wrong and it does nothing. But either way, that's there. All right, so let's see how bad this is. This might be too much water all at once. Because during the wet season, I don't think it'll be that bad. But we're about to find out. All right, well, there's definitely flooding. But okay. Well, let's see. It got there. It's here. We did flood a little bit along the way, but so I don't know. I guess this just depends on whether or not it floods. If it keeps doing the flooding thing, we're definitely gonna have to take it away. But it's just something that I thought might be cool to show off and show you guys, because it does work the way that you want it to in theory. so long as it's not flooding. Because there's just less, I don't know, less room for water, so that's why it would flood. You know, I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out in 12 days. Poor sunflowers. You just came back to life. They got half a day to dry out. Hopefully they'll be okay. I guess we should christen this thing and blow this wall down one. That might have kept this from flooding as much, for what it's worth. There we go, and we stick a dam there. And if this works and stays this way, maybe we do a little decorative beaver too. Yeah, holding it down. I am also gonna put some stairs over here, and I'm gonna mark these to cut. Mostly because whatever we end up doing, we kind of gotta get rid of these trees, and I don't want to just delete them. Basically, I think they deserve better than that. So I'll put a few lumberjacks and stuff, and let them get mowed down a little bit. I also just, as you can tell by all the haulers running over here all of a sudden, I made these 6 lumberjacks a priority because we're running low on logs. It's mostly because these smelters actually consume quite a bit of wood. I mean, they require logs to keep running, on top of needing logs for power. But the power was never an issue. But having these 3 guys going to full force the whole time, I think is killing our tree supply a little bit. On top of building everything. I mean, it's not just that. But I really don't want to start running into an issue where we're running out of logs, because then we're like really in trouble. Well, on that note, I think we're gonna end the episode here, because I know it might be a little short. I'm not sure. I mean, it's still like 2.5, 3 hours of recording, but it's I don't know. A lot of it was just waiting for things. But I got nothing else to add without starting a new project, and I feel like that would just be its own whole other episode. So let me know what you guys think of this new area. Ways, I'm not 100% set on it, so feel free to let me know on what maybe I could change or make different, I guess. But aside from that, I love you guys. I'm Moro. Like the video, subscribe if you're not, and I'll catch you guys next time.